What's going on, TriFecta? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Evike Barry Burton Custom Biohazard M9. I got this in the Biohazard BOA. It was back in the beginning of April. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that one out. We got some cool stuff in that. So as you can see, this is an M9 with a custom compensator on the front and an extended magazine. And this is a signature gun from one of the characters in the Resident Evil franchise. If you don't know what Resident Evil is, it basically started out as a video game franchise, and Barry Burton was one of the characters in the lore of the Resident Evil universe. And this is basically one of his custom guns. So as you can see, it says Mod Barry Burton on the front of the compensator there. It says stars on the slide, and it also says stars on the grips. It says Raccoon Police. Raccoon Police, basically Raccoon City Police Department. It's a city, it's a fictional city in the Resident Evil universe. And STARS stands for Special Tactics and Rescue Service. So this whole gun is basically an exact replica of something from the Resident Evil franchise. So on the side of the slide here, it says Mod Samurai Edge. They basically nicknamed these the Samurai Edge because of the black slide and the silver barrel. One of the people that developed this gun in the Resident Evil universe said the gun resembled a katana because of those colors. So it's kind of cool information on this thing. It's got your imitation wood grips on the sides here, again with those stars imprinted on both sides. It does have a full metal frame and slide, and that includes the compensator and the bottom part of this magazine here. All that stuff is metal. So the outer barrel, it says, is metal reinforced. So I don't think the entire outer barrel is metal. I think there's just like an outer coating of metal on there. But basically everything on this gun is metal. Even all the fire controls and like your hammer and stuff is metal too. And you have serrations on the front and the rear of the slide on both sides. You do have metal iron sights. The rear sight is on the slide. However, it does not have a front sight on the slide. The front sight is attached to the compensator portion. So when you get this gun in the box, it comes in pieces. It's not fully assembled. It's basically just 3 screws and compensators on there. So if you didn't put it together, you would not have a front sight, you would just have a rear sight. So something interesting about this. And the magazine, as you see, has the huge base plate on there. That would normally be to extend the magazine capacity of a real steel gun. But for this one, it basically just looks cool or adds extra grip capacity if you have bigger hands. But this magazine is a 26-round magazine. So you have a pretty good capacity. And then this thing is select fire. So it does have semi-auto and full auto. So this is your selector switch right here. It is on both sides of the slide. So that's safe. And then one click up is full auto. And then all the way up is semi-auto. So you see when you rack your slide back, pulls the trigger back, puts it in single action. And the safety actually acts as a decocker as well. So you can put it on safe, it decocks it, and it's on safe. And then if you put it on full auto or semi-auto, then your first shot is double action. So it's super realistic in that way, really cool feature. So if you like keeping your guns on safe and all that stuff. It does have a full metal slide stop on this side, just like a normal any pistol would. And then it also has a standard magazine release right here. Nothing special, very simple. So let me show you a little bit about how to take this gun down, because you do have to take the front compensator off to get your slide off, because it does have an adjustable hop up. So to get to that, you do need to take the front compensator off if you did put that on there. So to start breaking the gun down, you need a 4mm hex key. Then you're gonna take this screw out right here on the bottom of the compensator. Let me just loosen that and pull that all the way out. Then the compensator is going to slide out of the front just like this. And this railed section here is basically just the frame to hold the compensator on. And then with the slide fully forward, let's go ahead and take our magazine out. You're going to push the button on the right side here, this one, you're going to push that in. And you're also going to flip this lever. You're also going to flip this lever right here down at the same time. All right, so push the button here, and then flip this lever down. And now you can pull your slide straight off the front. Now this front piece, again, this railed section is extra, and there's 2 screws in here, one here and one down here, and that's how you screw the frame to hold the compensator in. So when you first get it, it comes just like looking like a regular M9. You gotta take the slide off, screw this portion in, put your slide back on, and then screw your compensator on with that 4mm hex key that I just showed you. So, and as you can see here, you have your adjustable hop-up, that little blue wheel. It's a standard pistol hop-up. It also has an electroplated black tight bore inner barrel, so it's supposed to be a little bit more accurate as well. So that's kind of cool. So I'll put this back on. We're just gonna insert the slide grooves into the frame here. Just like that. And we're gonna slide the slide all the way back. And then that lever that you used earlier, just gonna flip that back up just like that, and now you're good to go. And now you can put our compensator back on. Let's get the front side with the sight, put it forward, you just slide it into the groove just like that. And then we're gonna take our screw with the 4mm hex key, and we're gonna screw it back in and get it nice and tight, because you don't want your compensator wobbling around. I didn't tighten it enough earlier when I was testing this thing, and I actually shot the compensator right out of the barrel. And broke a BB right out of the barrel when I shot it. So there you go. So the overall weight of this thing is about 3 pounds. It's pretty heavy for being a sidearm, but it does have all the extra metal on there for the extra cool looking accessories that you get. So this is a green gas gun, as you can see the valve there on the bottom. So it does take green gas or propane, whatever you prefer to use. And it's supposed to shoot between 300 and 330 FPS. According to Eveke's website. So we're going to put on the chrono, we're going to see what it's shooting, and we're also going to get a little bit of an accuracy test just at basic pistol range to see what we got. So let's go ahead and do that. Ready?
Yep.
All right, guys, we're about 30 feet. Got 2 5s in the gun, and let's see what we can get with these groupings.
All right.
Good?
Yep.
Woo! All right, guys, so as you saw there, right in the middle of the FPS range, about 315 on the FPS. It's really good. The accuracy was also pretty decent as well. I didn't even touch the hop up or anything. I just threw some 2 5s in there. So it did work well on semi and full auto. The only issue that I ran into was the frame that holds the compensator is catching the slide up just a little bit sometimes. So you don't go into full battery. I don't know if you can see this, but it won't go into full battery sometimes. You have to push it forward. So I threw a little bit of oil on there, try to get it oiled up. It worked a lot better after I did that, but it's just gonna take some working the slide to really get it to go into full battery every time. It works a lot better when you're actually cycling the gun with green gas and BBs. Just doing this, it gets stuck almost every time, but when I was cycling it, it was working fine. It got hung up just a couple times, but that's really the only issue I've had with this thing. Other than that, it shoots really well. Everything is as advertised, so really no complaints. It's a nice looking gun. It's a cool replica if you're someone that's really into Resident Evil or something like that. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks to all our patrons for supporting us. We really appreciate you. Go out and get them.